How repressions in relationships spiral into resentment, regret, remorse, and ruin. Relationships are delicate ecosystems, thriving on open communication, mutual respect, and emotional honesty. But when one or both partners repress their feelings, needs, or frustrations, a toxic chain reaction begins. Repressions, those unspoken grievances or stifled emotions, can fester into resentment, breed regret, birth remorse, and ultimately grow into a deeply dysfunctional relationship. Let's unravel how this destructive cycle unfolds and why addressing issues head-on is the only way to break it. Repressions, the silent seeds of discord. Repression starts small. It's the moment you swallow your annoyance when your partner leaves dishes in the sink again, or when you avoid confronting their dismissive tone because it's not worth the fight. Maybe you're afraid of rocking the boat, or you've convinced yourself that staying quiet keeps the peace. But repression isn't peace, it's a pressure cooker. When you suppress your emotions, you're not resolving them, you're burying them alive. They simmer beneath the surface, growing heavier with each unaddressed slight. Over time, these buried feelings distort your perception. Your partner's quirks, once endearing, become infuriating. Their habits, once tolerable, feel like personal attacks. Repression doesn't erase pain, it amplifies it. Resentment, the poison, takes root. Unspoken frustrations don't vanish, they metastasize into resentment. Resentment is the bitter residue of all those moments you didn't speak up, didn't set boundaries, or didn't feel heard. It's the mental tally you keep of every time you felt ignored, undervalued, or taken for granted. Resentment is insidious because it's not always loud. It can manifest as passive-aggressive jabs, emotional withdrawal, or a vague sense of disdain. You might not even realize you're resentful until you snap over something trivial, like your partner forgetting to text you back, and unleash a tirade that's really about months of bottled-up hurt. Resentment turns love into a battlefield where every interaction feels like a chance to settle an old score. Regret, the weight of what if. As resentment festers, it breeds regret. You start to wonder why you didn't speak up sooner, why you let things slide, or why you didn't walk away when the red flags first appeared. Regret is the haunting realization that you've compromised your own happiness, stayed silent when you should have shouted, or ignored your gut for the sake of making it work. Regret thrives on hindsight. You replay conversations, imagining how things might have been different if you'd been honest about your needs. You regret not setting boundaries, not asking for help, or not leaving when the relationship started to feel like a trap. This self-blame can erode your self-esteem, leaving you feeling stuck in a cycle of if only. Remorse, the pain of hurting others. Regret doesn't stay inward forever. It evolves into remorse when you realize the damage your silence or your resentment-fueled outbursts has caused. Maybe your passive aggressiveness pushed your partner away, or your emotional withdrawal made them feel unloved. Remorse hits when you see the hurt in their eyes and know you played a role in it. Remorse is heavier than regret because it's not just about you, it's about the collateral damage. You might feel guilty for snapping at your partner, for shutting them out, or for letting resentment poison what could have been a healthy connection. At this stage, the relationship is often hanging by a thread, strained by mutual hurt and misunderstanding. The result? A real shitty relationship. Left unchecked, this cycle, repression to resentment, regret to remorse, culminates in a relationship that's toxic at best, irreparable at worst. A real shitty relationship isn't just about constant fighting or dramatic breakups. It's the slow death of trust, intimacy, and joy. It's two people coexisting in a haze of unspoken grudges, missed opportunities, and mutual disappointment. In this kind of relationship, communication is a minefield. Every word carries the weight of past hurts, and every silence feels like a condemnation. Partners become roommates, adversaries, or strangers, trapped in a dynamic where neither feels safe to be vulnerable. The love that once sparked the relationship is buried under layers of pain, and the effort to dig it out feels insurmountable. Breaking the cycle, the power of honesty. The good news? This downward spiral isn't inevitable. The antidote to repression is courage, the courage to speak your truth, even when it's messy or uncomfortable. Healthy relationships aren't built on avoiding conflict, but on navigating it with respect and empathy. Here's how to stop the cycle. Speak up early. Address issues when they arise, not after they've festered. Use I feel statements to express your emotions without blaming your partner. Set boundaries. Be clear about your needs and limits. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines that protect both partners' well-being. Listen actively. Repression often stems from feeling unheard. Practice listening to your partner without interrupting or defending yourself. Own your part. If resentment or regret has already taken hold, acknowledge your role in the dynamic. Apologize sincerely and commit to change. Seek help. If the cycle feels too entrenched, therapy, individual or couples, can provide tools to rebuild communication and trust. Resilience and renewal, rising stronger. But here's the beautiful truth: we humans are resilient. Even when a relationship has been battered by repression and its fallout, we have the power to reevaluate, rebuild, and resurrect something stronger than we ever imagined. By refusing to feed the first R's, repression and resentment, we can spark a different chain reaction, one of rebirth, renewal, and regrowth. Reevaluation starts with honesty, looking at ourselves and our relationships with clear eyes. It's asking, what do I need? What does my partner need? Can we grow together? From there, rebirth is possible. This might mean rebuilding the relationship with new boundaries and better communication, or it might mean walking away to rediscover your own strength. Either way, it's a chance to start fresh, unburdened by past mistakes. Renewal and regrowth follow when we choose to act with intention. Every step forward, every honest conversation, every moment of vulnerability plants seeds for a healthier connection, whether with your current partner or in future relationships. Your past doesn't dictate your present, and your present shapes your future. By acting in love with yourself, your partner, and the world, you feed the positive forces that thrive on hope, connection, and growth. There are forces in life that feed on our energy, for better or worse. Negativity, born of repression and resentment, fuels distrust and division, twisting reality into a darker version of itself. But positivity, born of courage and love, amplifies joy, trust, and possibility. The more we express this positive energy, the more it shapes our reality, drawing us toward relationships that uplift and endure. So choose to break the cycle. Speak your truth, embrace your resilience, and act in love with all you do. The relationship you save, or the one you build next, could be stronger than you ever dreamed. By Scott Young, aka Synfamous Gamer.